Hello guys, this is Tiger. This is how I could have made $3,000 day trading Nasdaq today. Let's get right into this shit. Sorry if there's background noise. I'm currently in a hotel lobby. Yeah, I'm in a hotel lobby. It's almost 12 a.m. Alright, well, let's try to lock in here. Wait, let's pop ourselves a little bit of a zin and lock the fuck in here, guys. Alright. Alright, let's log in. This is the trade that happened to play out. I will explain in a bit. Let's zoom out. Weekly outlook. Our weekly outlook for today. Well, because we came into this daily gap, I really didn't know what was going to go on, if we were going to inverse this gap and go lower. I mean, on the daily, it's a Friday. We had 10 a.m. yellow news as well, or this is actually like red, but yeah, I waited for it. 10 a.m. news. Waited for that shit. We are pretty parallel with ES. We still have this bearish SMT that's here. I mean, it's on the 4 hour, whatever. But that's almost too big time frame for today. We zoom in a little bit. We see that we came up and create an SMT. Then, well, this is an SMT, but we came up and we basically have just sold off the end of this week through this whole week through Monday. It's just been a sell-off to take this 4 hour gap and to put in this SMT basically. If we have 4 hour SMT to the upside to go take out more liquidity on the higher time frame, we do want to go and grab this hourly gap. We have this hourly gap, and obviously we have these hour or daily highs, or I didn't say hourly gap, I mean daily gap, obviously. Anyways, yeah, so we basically came in, put in this SMT around pre-market, somewhere like that, or we put it in at 8. So yeah, pre-market. Pre-market though, at 7 a.m. we just get this big ass, basically open New York session with just this 1,000 tick sell-off, 2% or 2% sell-off to put in this SMT. But yeah, massive sell-off, which basically tells us that today will be a retrace day, because this is a perfect, especially when we put in this SMT, this is a perfect place where we could, especially when we put in this SMT, perfect place to go long, or like, it's very unlikely that we go lower than this, especially when we have this 4 hour gap, or no, 4 hour order block, that just got respected on this time frame, and putting in the SMT, which makes it just super clear to me that we're longing into this gap, somewhere into this gap, filling part of the gap, and that's basically where my draw was, if my setup would appear. As soon as I start recording, there's like came in a flood of people that are just fucking screaming, bruh. They're just fucking screaming over here. Alright. Onto the smaller time frame, the scale in. Basically, our bias is. I'll show you the daily profile as well. So, I don't have midnight open marked out, but we can see it here. Midnight open is at 12 a.m. or is it p.m.? 12 at when the day changes at 0000 is midnight open. Market opens here. We basically just take out these highs, take out Asia highs, and then we just completely sell off into this 4 hour gap, which is a high time frame key level. Perfect. That's all I need to know. We're below midnight open, pushed into the key level, we're obviously going to midnight open. Today, midnight open is a bit far because it's just a huge sell-off. Midnight open is almost 2 ticks away. We're not, like, that's not, we're not going there today. Like, that's way too much for Friday. And it's way too much for any day if there wasn't some huge news event, which I wouldn't have traded anyways. Yeah, that's the daily profile. So drawn liquidity, daily profile is basically set. Let's put this out. Daily profile, drawn liquidity, basically already set in stone for me. As soon as my setup appears, or yeah, as soon as my model appears, after 10 a.m., I'm entering on that shit like a robot. We have 10 a.m. news, as I said. On Friday, we have new home sales at 10. I waited for that. We were kind of having, like, it's not bad price action, but there was just no printed price for me to enter anything before 10 anyways, which I wouldn't have done anyways, but, I mean, yeah. I wanted to just see more, that's why it was good to wait for 10 a.m., because we wanted to print more price to actually have anything show up. So we come in here, we actually can get rid of ES now, because that's just for the bias. Okay. So basically around 9 here, we get a displacement up, big displacement up on market open. Take out, we're disrespecting bearish PD arrays, respecting bullish PD arrays. So we push through all these highs, inverse this gap, and we disrespected this order block, the green candle. Push back up here, created this order block that made this entire thing basically an order block. But that's way too big for me to enter anything. Like, I don't really care about that. So we do get a push into this 5-minute gap around 9:40, 9:45. Push in this gap, great. We don't inverse it, and we come back up, get a displacement up close above here, which makes this an order block. It's a high conviction PD array, or a high, I always forget this word, man. It's a high likelihood that this PD array will hold, because this order block was made while filling this gap, which makes it high conviction, because we won't go below here, because it makes no sense. It makes no sense to go below here, because we made this now that filled this basically. Like, it ain't that hard, bro. All right. And on this displacement, we also made a fair value gap. Came up, made this. We came back into it, exactly what I want to see. We scaled down into 1 minute. If you haven't watched this before, or if you have watched this before, you know what's coming next. But if you haven't, my model is basically it's price action towards drawn liquidity and daily profile, and a creation of a 5-minute order block. Usually, it's basically almost an order block I enter off of. There's a creation of a like a high value order block like this, and a tap into it, preferably like this. When we tap into it, we tap this 5-minute gap, which is fucking perfectly, because like that basically secures this 5-minute gap, that we won't go below it because we tapped into it. So if we scale down, we create this small range here after we displace, because I won't just enter on this. This is not really enough. I wanted to see here. We get an inverse of this, but we're already up here, so I'm not going to enter. So I wait for it to come back. We come back, push into it again, respect this 1 minute inverse again, enter basically off of that. Stops below the third candle of the 5-minute gap, which is the disrespect point of the 5-minute gap. Let's see if I can fight it on this ass computer. Man, I really need to buy a new computer, man. This thing fucking sucks ass. Where the fuck even am I? Monday? Why the hell am I on Monday, bruh? Here. The third candle's wick that made this fair value gap here. So it's right here. That's where we place the stop loss, following 5-minute order flow. So yeah, that's enter on that. My draw was basically to fill this entire 5-minute gap, which we ended up doing, but by some stupid ass reason I placed it like here somewhere. which is, I think it's the 30 minutes. Nope, it's the hourly. No, it's the 4 hour. I wanted the 4 hour gap to get completely filled. The 4 hours to get completely filled on NQ. That's where my stop loss was, or that's where my take profit was. We start splicing up. Very beautiful. This is a Friday though, so I was in this trade for way too long. Way longer than I wanted to. Literally, like, look at the time here. Here's PM session. Like, I really did not want to be in this trade for this long, but I mean, if this setup appears, I'm gonna take it. Like, I'm just gonna take it like a robot because that's what you're supposed to do, man. So yeah, I just take it and I just hold it. I don't give a fuck. I just hold it. Um, I accept the risk, obviously, and as expected, because I held this way too long on a Friday, price will move where it wants, and then it will just consolidate, which is exactly what we see here happening. So yeah, I basically got edged on this because I placed my take profit way too high, or it wasn't even way too high, but I should have placed it at this 5 minute gap. Then it would have been literally perfect. 1.7 R, not a great R for me, but I think it would have been fine. But yeah. So yeah, basically after like fucking 5 hours, we come up and take the draw, which is the 5 minute gap, and then we just chop as expected on a Friday, and we come back here. I moved my stop though up into this 5 minute order block because we tapped into it on this. So I'm like, okay, if we go below here, because it was super choppy, I watched it a bit here. It was super choppy, and we started forming bearish uh, stuff, and I didn't want to just exit the trade early because I think that goes against my rules a little bit. So I just trailed my stop into profit. That's like, yeah, into profit. And unfortunately, it came back down, and we got stopped out in profit. So that's why this was my actual R today. Yeah, it's terrible, but it was my fault. But also, how the hell am I supposed to know the future, right? But maybe I should have known. But this kind of sucks, man. We just got edged. But successful trade, very good setup. Actually, this is a very good trade. I just should have managed my take profit a bit better, and this would have been a fucking banger. Like, we would have hit this basically to the tick right here, like that, and it would have looked like this. A 1.74 or very good. Only one contract on this because the stop loss is 300 ticks. I cannot afford to put any more than one contract on that, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a good trade. Price moved basically exactly how I wanted it to, and expected on a Friday we get choppy price action because it's a Friday with 10 a.m. news. Especially with this, like, as soon as I saw this, I'm like, okay, we're probably gonna have some ass price action. But if the setup appears, I will take it because it's I'm gonna follow the system. Like, I have a system that works. I will follow the system. So yeah, unfortunately we got stopped out here in profit, but it is what it is. We still made some bread. I don't really mind it that much, but that's why I'm making this video, to just journal this and have this for future reference, man. To just always follow the system and yeah, just hold this shit, man. And maybe just please just take profit a little better next time. But yeah, although in my defense, that shit did get hit on fucking ES right here. I should have seen this and just exited the position. Like, look, 5 minute gap, got hit on ES, which then, if I saw this, I should have been like, or I did see this, but like, when I saw this, I should have been like, bet. It gets hit on ES. The way I saw it was, it got hit on ES, it'll probably get hit on NQ, so I'll hold. But if it gets hit on ES, it doesn't matter if it gets hit on NQ or not. Price will move whatever it wants. So that's why I should have exited, because if the draw hits on ES, the draw could still not hit on NQ, and that's why you should exit the position. Especially when we're forming like bears price action, because we hit a draw on ES, and then we start, like, this is a reversal basically, like it just starts reversing here. So yeah, price closed below here. On the week we ended up here. Oh wait, I actually got that wrong. Did the 4 hour get closed here? Yeah, look, the 4 hour, which was my draw, got hit on ES there, and not on NQ. So yeah, when I saw that, I should have exited the position, and I would have been up like 2k or something. But it's totally fine. Or like, well, let's see. Yeah, it would have been like here maybe. It's like around here. Yeah, around here somewhere. 1.5 or that's like 2k. Yeah, that's basically it I wanted to say for this video. And if you found this helpful, if this helped with your trading, you should comment and say it was good. And yeah, man, I'm about to go to sleep now, man. That was it for me, man. Thank you for watching.